My name's Abby. My pronouns are she, her. I think that I moved to the US about 7 years ago, come this summer, and my move was very rough. My parents they have moved here since, but they did not live here before. I had an aunt in Texas and a sister in Texas, and my sister didn't drive. I didn't drive. And so when I moved to college, it was very isolating at first. I'd struggled with depression all through high school. I was in the hospital at one point for a suicide attempt. Until now, I've been in therapy because I know that it's something I need to proactively work on. Being in healthcare in and of itself is a stressor, especially right now. And knowing my history, I need to be really aware of making sure that I'm on top of my mental health. But moving here was really, really difficult, where all my friends were somewhere else, building memories without me because they were all in the same college, in the same city, still in the place that I was familiar. Just the move in general, having to learn a whole new set of cities, highways, how roads connect to one another. I think it's something that everyone's experienced, even just traveling, but imagine that, except there's no home for you to really go back to easily. In the past 7 years, I've been back twice, which I know is already a lot considering I'm very grateful to have gone back at all. But even now, like some days I'll see like old pictures and we're gonna cry, but like I still miss home a lot. And it's something very hard because I don't have friends who can understand. I have my sister. I have a couple other friends who have gone to college in the US and other parts, but it's very weird to not be able to go home. And I think that that's something that, as an immigrant, I think about a lot and no one else has to think about. So even now, like I get home from a long day of work and all I want is like Philippine mangoes. And Costco sells Philippine dried mangoes, and that's as close as I can get. But there's nothing like a real fresh one. And there's no feasible way for me to get them here. Like they don't sell them. So there are lots of little things that are isolating, but I think that homesickness is something that I still struggle with, and I know that I'm going to have to deal with probably for the rest of my life because there are so many little experiences that come up. Again, I've been here 7 years and still someone will mention something and I'm like, I have no idea how that works. Like I have a friend who's a teacher and they mentioned having to work carpool. I don't understand how carpool works. I don't have a child, but I'm sure there are going to be more things down the line where it involves like the school system. I have no idea how any of it works. And every time that happens, it's just another reminder that like this is not the culture I grew up with, no matter how familiar some of it feels.